A release by Waukesha, Wisconsin police shows 9 car thieves breaking into a car dealership and stealing $500,000 worth of high-end vehicles. 23 News reporter Jake Pearson talks to a local car dealer and law enforcement to see what they are doing to dissuade possible thieves from stealing their inventory.
Over the last few years, car thefts at dealerships have skyrocketed. According to CNN, Hyundai and Kia thefts have soared by more than 1,000% since 2020. Another statistic from On-Site Dealer Solutions says that 5 out of every 10 cars stolen each day are from a car dealership. Closer to home, Rockford Police says auto thefts have increased by 2% from 2022 to 2023. Brian Bemis Toyota of DeKalb has heard about the influx of car thefts at dealerships and says it's beefing up security.
Auto thefts, this is no secret. Across the country, nationally, those numbers are up. So we saw a slight increase at 2%. I can tell you we're working with a lot of our local dealerships in town to help combat some of the issues that we're seeing.
I don't think it's been an issue here. However, for us, we just want to heighten our security to make sure that it doesn't affect us. We're doing our due diligence as a dealership, as a store, to make sure our store is protected.
CNN also reports older car models are particularly vulnerable to car thieves, saying vehicles with turnkey ignitions are twice as likely to be stolen compared to button press start cars.
Thank you, Jake. According to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, more than 1 million cars were stolen in 2022, the highest amount since 2008.